Hey, welcome back to the channel. I've recorded this shed video a couple of times, just not happy with how it's turning out, but I was out here working in my shop, kind of cleaning it up, getting it organized, and thought I'd try again, see if I can get it better this time. And the shed we're talking about is the new garden shed that I built. Kind of walk back here a bit, but it's a 10 by 12 shed, 11 feet high. Kind of dark in here, but anyway, got some of the stuff in here right now. 11 foot high shed, 4 foot wide, door 8 feet tall. Anyway, like I said, I'd recorded this video a few times and I just wasn't happy with the way it was turning out. Anyway, so I'm going to kind of explain it real quick. I started out with the shed pad, which is just the concrete that it's on. Just a 4-inch thick slab. It is, like I said, 10 by 12 feet on the footprint. The walls are 6 feet high. These walls right here to the angle there. But I started with the concrete pad. I did one of those U-cart things where I pulled it myself. Didn't have it delivered because I would have had to hire a grout truck to pump it back here into the backyard, and I didn't want to pay for that. I started out by leveling that out. I did that all by hand, just with a shovel and a tiller. Broke up the ground. I started building this in early November, and the ground wasn't frozen or anything, so it was fairly easy to get through. But I did kind of have to hurry on that part so I could get the cement poured before it started freezing. Once I had it all leveled out and everything, I put the forms up, and you'll see in the video that there's some concrete that is in the forms. I'm also building on a garage onto my house, and that concrete that you see in there is, I had to cut the cement to put some footings in for the walls in the garage, and figured this would be a good place just to put it rather than try and haul it away or throw it in a garbage dumpster somewhere. So there's also a few pieces of concrete mesh that I threw in there, just kind of right along where, even though I compacted it, right along where that raised bed is, I kind of threw some concrete mesh in there to just give it some strength so it doesn't crack over time. So anyway, I finished the concrete, floated it, did a finishing on it. I did brush it. I didn't show the brushing in the video. And anyway, once I had that done, I don't have any of the footage, and as you can see in here, it is kind of cramped right now. I've got all my stuff in here. I haven't quite organized it. All of this stuff that's on the benches has to get put away. And then some of these other things like my grinder have to be tucked into a corner. I don't have quite as much room in my shop as I used to. I used to have 400 square feet and now I've got about 270, so it's a little narrower, but it's longer than my old shop, so we're getting that. I'm getting that figured out. But before I had all this stuff moved in here, I prefabricated the walls and the trusses in here. The walls, I built them in the garage, dragged them out, put them on the pad, and then I built the kind of the pre-assembly of the trusses that are going to go up there. I only had 3 in there. It took 5, and so to assemble those, I don't have pictures or video of that either. I rolled that truss assembly off the top, so it was here laying on the side. I stood the walls up, obviously braced them. I secured them to the concrete with tap con screws, and then built the back wall. Once that was all done, everything was kind of rigid enough that I took that frame assembly, and it was laying upside down, rolled it back over onto the frame, the walls, and worked it over. And then just through brute strength and sheer determination, I muscled it up on top of the walls. And that was a lot harder than it sounds because it was a whole lot heavier than I thought it was going to be. Siding is made by Metal Sales, and I just bought that at our local big box store. You can buy it in 8 and 12 foot sheets. I ended up buying 12-foot sheets and then cutting them down to size, which was perfect because the walls are 6 foot and each span there on the roof is the boards are 3 feet 9 inches, and the metals I just cut at 4 inches. And so there's a little bit of overhang, and I'll show you that here. So it's kind of like a runoff, so any rain or water just kind of runs off onto the next piece, and you'll see how in the videos how they're mounted. It's just some 2x4s on the frame itself, kind of like a post frame, but you can kind of see there and here where it just kind of acts as its own. It just kind of acts as its own drip edge type thing, where they're all the seams are, or all the ridges are lined up and everything, so it just drains off naturally. I'm gonna give a little plug to my shirt, my hoodie here. It's my logo, the S and the P. On the back, got a picture of 3 tradesmen and then the jack of all trades saying on it. Besides that, I've got some other shirts and stuff in my store through Teespring and through Etsy, so it'd help me out. But take a look at them. I think they're really nice. There's a couple of other designs that I think that there's something for everybody. There should be some hats coming online soon. I'm just working with them to try and get the design finalized. The embroidery takes a little bit extra, so anyway, go take a look at that. I didn't get any footage of me putting the door on because it was storming and snowy and stuff. But the door is just mounted with two big strap hinges, and then the closure on the front door is just a bolt, a sliding bolt. But anyway, it's not airtight. It is not meant to be airtight, but it is water and sunproof, and that's all I needed. The little shed that I'll show you some footage of here in a second, I just need to replace it because it's old, it's worn down. I didn't like it. It's really short, it's kind of hard to get into, and the footprint on it is only like 7 by 9 or something. Can't remember exactly, but it's small. So not only did I upgrade the footprint, the ceiling in here is really high, so I can add some overhead shelves, which I'm going to do eventually. Once I had the trim added, you know, the gable trims right here and the roof trim, it was basically done. You know, I will, all of it's put together using the metal sail screws as far as attaching the siding. I did use a framing nailer to build the frame, and then just a Dewalt screw gun for all the Simpson tie brackets and the screws that go in there. If you guys are interested, I'll put all the tools for a link down in my down in the description. And then I don't know the exact cost because I bought a lot of the materials at the same time I bought the stuff for my garage. So I will put the total cost of the shed up there so that you can see it. But thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more videos. I'll have a garage video up here soon of me building the garage, and then we will move into the projects that I'm going to be building. Some of the smaller projects, as well as a kitchen remodel that I'm going to do in the house. So again, thanks for watching.